But okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the last set to be played here today. Another best of 5 HeRoMaRinE at a bit of a disadvantage. The fact that he's been playing all these games leading up to this point, whereas TLO starting fresh, starting brand new. This is the $1,000 Kaspersky Arena here on Heart of the Swarm. And spawning here in the top left corner of the map, playing for Mouz, spawning red, it is HeRoMaRinE.
And his opponent in the bottom left, playing for Team Liquid, it's TLO as the blue Zerg.
And guys, in chat, in the YouTube VOD, whatever, before this game gets underway, before the series is finished, I really want to know who you guys think is going to win, and I want to hear the score that you guys have in mind. You know, so TLO 3-0, HeRoMaRinE 3-2, stuff like that. I would love to see your predictions here in chat. But for the time being, I would like to say again, make sure you guys check out the Kaspersky page on Team Liquid. You don't need to tweet at them. You don't have to donate money to them. All you have to do is take 2 seconds to write a comment, say thank you guys so much for putting on this event. We hope to see more of you in the future. To keep them interested, to let them know the community appreciates the content they're putting on. Yeah. Because again, this is $1,000. 1,000 euros even, my mistake. That's so much more than $1,000.
Because I mean, it's organizations like that that keep us entertained, essentially. Right?
Yeah, without funding, there's no events. Whether it's a small event like what BaseTradeTV typically does, or a big event like DreamHack, none of that happens without without the sponsors. Granola in my throat, help me.
Yeah, it's the sponsors and the fans that make StarCraft, so you need both.
But oh man, we got a lot of TLO love coming out of chat today. And you know what? Just to embroider it. Oh, I love this out of HeRoMaRinE. So many players don't do this anymore. It's so rarely used, but a 4 barracks opening. I don't know if it goes CC mixed in with this. Some players do, and they put it there to help with the wall. But 4 barracks opening is so very safe in this matchup, on this map in particular. Not to mention the 2 racks can turn into pressure, but when you follow it up with an additional 2 racks, there's no way the Zerg gets into your base anytime soon.
Yeah, it's pretty safe on this map, obviously.
But yeah, we got Grim Leaper saying 3-0 TLO, Maxi White also 3-0 TLO, Partoof being generous saying 3-1 TLO, Tire Lil, another 3-1 or 3-2. I would love to see 3-2 because it means we get all 5 games here today.
Yeah, 3-2 for either player would be okay. I would totally fine with that, as long as we get awesome games.
Elo Run calling a 1-0 HeRoMaRinE quits. That would be a little unfortunate, I think. But yeah, a lot of heavy TLO weighing here today. But with this pressure, we might see you guys all be set wrong right off the bat. Spinecrawler immediately coming down, actually a really nice choice. As HeRoMaRinE is going to try and establish this bunker. But he says, here come the Zerglings, and the Marines have got to be in that little nook next to the ramp. They're not in the right position, and getting kited away, sadly, is HeRoMaRinE.
Yeah, and the SCV might fall, but I think it's just a 2x pressure, nothing special. I think he's just gonna follow something the command center, don't you think?
Yeah, this is not an all-in, this is just applying pressure, trying to do what he can. Bunkered, of course, gonna get cancelled, buy himself some more time. Forcing that Spinecrawler, will the Spine finish? Does actually allow it to finish, interesting. But these Marines still misrallied across the map, do need to call it back home.
Yeah, and quickly.
But yeah, so what tends to happen, guys, is you'll put down the command center here and the 2 more racks, and you've got this full wall off, they can't be Bane busted, it can't be Baruch busted. You're just kind of set for the rest of the game. But TLO, I'm curious to see how he will deal with that pressure. I mean, he's already produced a lot of Zerglings in order to deal with it. Now he doesn't want to waste them. But we also don't have speed anywhere close to starting. No gas really yet for our Zerg players, although we just recently started mining.
Oh, no gas for HeRoMaRinE either. But it doesn't. It just goes for a 3rd CC. I like that, actually.
But a Terran player can play more effectively no gas than a Zerg player can. I mean, it's a clump of Marines versus a clump of Zerglings. I think I know who wins that fight.
Well, you can say that unless you suddenly discover a proxy hatch in your base with Queens and Spinecrawlers, then you feel silly.
Alright, well, he's going to push up here and unfortunately find himself at the mercy of a Spinecrawler. But did he scout the rocks were down? Yeah, that's why he's going to go check for this 3rd to see if it's already been taken or not. But HeRoMaRinE got to find himself back. He's got it back into a wall unless he gets caught. But no, actually, never mind. TLO just turning it around for the time being.
Yeah. The gases have in the meanwhile been thrown down for HeRoMaRinE, just macroing up. And as you said, oh, he was at least planning to put on 2 additional barracks, and there we go. You were absolutely correct.
I don't like this now. Here's the folly of this. A lot of people need, you lift the barracks up 1 grid space and you have the tech lab up here, not on the ramp. because this is incredibly weak and is susceptible and creates a huge hole in your wall. And it doesn't take a lot to take down a tech lab. Not nearly as much as it takes to take barracks out, but we'll have to see if that comes into effect or not.
You mean there's a gap between the second and third barracks in the middle, if the tech lab falls, yeah.
Yeah, it's a huge hole, and what you need to do is keep these 3 barracks solid in where they are, and this most right barracks lifted up and moved over, but whatever.
Yeah.
It's not something worth, like...
like...
It's not worth something obsessing over. Not even a bunker. I wouldn't even say a bunker would be a bad choice, but Evolution Chambers getting put in a nice position. TLO not wanting to get caught by any sort of Hellion run by shenanigans, but we haven't seen any evidence of that coming out of HeRoMaRinE here. Double engineering base even on the way, just now finishing. And he's going to have a lot of time to tech, because again, this is not a wall so easily broken.
Yeah, and I remember, if you look at the creeps of TLO, I remember him actually practicing it. He said, like, on Twitter, I think my creep rate is too bad, and he just played like 50 games where you only focus on creep spread, and look at it now. It's so good.
Yeah, this is sick. This is so different compared to Slivko, who had almost no creep spread in comparison. Not that his creep spread was bad, but in comparison, it's like watching Scarlet, you know, out of nowhere. Yeah. Surprise.
And I would like to see him drop a creep tumor, though, that connects his natural with the third.
I'm sure he'll do it eventually, but
eventually,
right now,
yeah.
We got the rocks coming down, and will TLO try and capitalize on this? Because while there's a lot of Marines, the potential for a run-by still is there.
Yeah, but that's a lot of Marines.
Yeah, this is a hell of a lot of Marines. I actually find them all out of position. This would be the perfect opportunity to try and run by. No, HeRoMaRinE not going to allow that to happen. Yeah, so the thing about creep spread...
Do you think it's viable for HeRoMaRinE to move out?
No, not at all. Not without medevac support.
Okay.
The thing about the creep spread here too is like this is map control, guys, more than anything else. Forget the speed bonus, forget the map, like the actual vision, physical vision. It's the control of the map you get from this. Like this is building locations where you know there's not going to be a sensor tower, not going to be a turret, no proxy, no nothing. And if you get it to the point where you've got creep tumors in your opponent's 4th, that's it. You've sealed the deal. You're going to win that game. I don't care how poorly you play from that point on.
Yeah.
Like, creep spread is so underappreciated by a lot of Zerg players that I think it should be not exactly the focus, because you're gonna win. You're not gonna win alone with creep spread, but it's such a big deal. Meanwhile, that pneumatized Carapace Overlord moving so quickly is gonna actually get in and scout everything and get out alive. Seeing the armory come down as well. Looks like TLO gonna find himself fighting some Hellbats again here once more.
Or it's just for upgrades.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be for Hellbats because of this match.
Oh yeah, the reactor as well, yeah.
But I like that. Immediately going for speed on the Banelings, recognizing that, yeah, he's going to need them regardless, whether it's Bio or Hellbats. Yeah. But okay, here we're going to start pushing out a little titty-bitty bit, and this is, I don't know, there's a lot of Banelings already on the field. A lot of Zerglings. They don't have speed, though, so as long as he can hold the Marines in place, the Banelings will connect.
But that's a lot of Lings, though.
That is a hell of a lot of Lings, though.
Yeah, and as you said, look at the creep, it's already middle of the map, going towards that 4th base of HeRoMaRinE, and
yeah, HeRoMaRinE can't even set a medevac out. It will get scouted no matter which direction it comes from. And TLO now taking his 4th base as well. I mean, he's just well suited as far as controlling this map goes. And oh, I love this. He's gonna probably start dropping creep here on the 4th base if I had to guess. But he's got to worry about this push because now we do have that medevac support and Hellions. And the thing is, while Banelings are great at dealing with all of this, it's still hard to connect them, and even if you do connect them, you remember, you lose those units. They're not reusable.
Yeah. It's not like a Widowmine, for example.
And as Hair Engineer here said, TLO is just saying, GTFO, my creep. And here we go, the Overlords are dropping creep here, not just to like randomly place it, but to start leapfrogging those tumors up a little bit quicker. But man, TLO is, I don't know, he's a scary force. HeRoMaRinE, though, equally good today.
Purely on Link Bane, though.
Yeah, no Mutalisk support behind this. But that's kind of TLO's playstyle. He plays weird.
Yeah, but look
at the Banelings.
He needs a good split here.
Forget the split. He's absolutely outrunning most of everything here. Connecting to most of those Hellbats, and now he's got Zerglings plenty to run in. There's a hole in the wall. There's no depot to cover that. TLO's going
This
to
is a lot
ravage
of
the
trouble.
third base right now. There's not enough Hellbats, not enough Marines, there's not enough anything to clean this up, really. And he's continuing to flood across the map with these Zerglings. Doing what Slivko couldn't earlier today is TLO as he starts to just annihilate everything, worker after worker going down. 21 workers killed at this point. Third base denied. Going to actually maybe pick off this command center. He's got to get that cancel off.
Yeah, 2-2 is finishing up,
He's
but...
got the Hellbats now, though. No more Banelings on the field. Zerglings don't deal with Hellbats. Only Banelings do. So, I mean, TLO actually going to find himself trapped into this base, but a really nice concave. Not enough, though.
Quick update, 22 workers got killed.
But look at that. Suddenly, HeRoMaRinE with one reinforcement wave does clean every single Zergling up. We got Pathogen Glands coming up next, and this is what I was talking about before. Like, this is why I said the Infestor choice earlier was not wrong. You absolutely need Infestor support, but you can't max out on Infestors, is the catch.
Yes. And this counter push by HeRoMaRinE, yeah, Banelings are being morphed, and he's gonna have to attack far into the creep if he wants to push, but perhaps trying to.
But look at the extra bases. TLO's taking so many bases right now. He doesn't care what HeRoMaRinE has to say. Alright, well the Hellbats continue to push. I feel there's not enough of them with this push for the amount of Banelings on the field. Coming in from several different angles is TLO. And he's going to connect to everything here. Hellbats do fall. Small clumps of Marines don't even get picked up by these medevacs. And Swarm Hosts. Guys, we've been asking for them all day. TLO is here to answer. Swarm Hosts on the way. And again, he does what I think is the best for Zerg. Like, you don't get 40 Swarm Hosts and hope to win. You get a couple.
He just gets a couple.
Yeah. Free units.
He gets a couple of Infestors, and he's also having the Ultra Cavern behind his with 3-3 upgrades.
Yeah, the longer those Swarm Hosts are out in the field, the more they start paying for themselves. Eventually to the point where they pay for themselves 10 times over, but with the Ultralisk Cavern for that tech swap, again, that's what I was talking about earlier, that quick sort of snap your fingers, surprise, you've got Marines, no Marauders, and I've got Ultralisks.
Yeah. And even though the fourth is on the way for HeRoMaRinE, it's a bit late, but he had to recover from all the economy he lost from that Ling run by earlier.
TLO is also taking so much of the map. A nice pre-spread though, kind of scared of these fungals.
Oh, but he doesn't have that much stuff.
Oh no, the Swarm Host! We were hoping for it for so long and it dies in vain. Sadly though, TLO...
Swarm Host.
Look at this dude, he knows he can't take this fight, does decide to retreat with what he can. He's going to lose all the Infestors, sadly. But unfortunately necessarily to keep those Zerglings alive. However, Banelings and Ultras as the follow-up 3-3 and Chitinous plating on the way, guys. This is going to not look too good for HeRoMaRinE as we look back at his base. Look at this, all reactors, 2 tech labs, some Marauders now starting, assuming that yes, alright, that Ultra swap is going to be coming, but is it going to be enough? Will he have enough
and
Marauders?
Also very nice for soaking Banelings.
Yes, absolutely.
So the Marines can stay alive together with the Hellbats. Because they're going to be the damage dealers after the Banelings are cleaned up, but we'll see how it works out with the Ultras mixed in as well, because Ultras do quite well against the Marauder as well. So
he's going to need a lot of Ultras though, because right now the current Ultralisk count is not enough to actually deal with the Marauders on the field.
Yeah.
But the Zerglings are going to move out regardless. They don't give a good gosh darn. They're out for blood.
Yeah, the supplies even, but it's all going to come down to the engagement. Because 3-3 is finishing up for HeRoMaRinE as well at a similar time of the TLO's 3-3.
Did they just take Adrenal Glands out of the game? Because nobody's going for that today.
Yeah, right. It's such a nice upgrade though.
Especially with how many Zerglings TLO has. But I guess, you know, with the Transition Ultralisk, you need all the gas you can spare for those big, beefy units. Now, TLO is going to find himself hitting on several different fronts. Going to go into the 4th base location, but there's a planetary up, and he can't push in that planetary with these Zerglings.
Oh, but he's wasting a couple of Banelings as well.
But he's coming in from the south at the same time. These Ultras hitting from both sides, going to try and flank HeRoMaRinE, but it just doesn't have enough. TLO needs to pull back from this.
Yeah,
7
so
more.
TLO's a bit spread too thin.
7 more Ultras on the way. There we go. 44 damage with +3 upgrades, guys. With Splash, this is going to be nasty. But HeRoMaRinE's got this great spread. He's got a lot of Marauders on the field, and Hellbats to buffer. As we see this beautiful spread, but the Banelings have been eaten up at this point. Marauders coming in from this side, but the Ultras are just so damn strong. Going to push forward. Drop going in the lower corner of the map at the same time. HeRoMaRinE is everywhere. MicroRing does clean up these Ultras in that push. TLO actually might not have enough.
Flank from HeRoMaRinE over there, and but is TLO's production capacity enough to overrun HeRoMaRinE, or can HeRoMaRinE just keep pressuring on this edge he has right now?
I don't know. He's going to try and do what he can. The more Ultras coming in, HeRoMaRiNE's drop, if it had done more damage, I think it would have been a lot more successful. But here come the Ultras. Everything here is sadly clumped. Yeah, we don't have that beautiful spread that we had before, so these Marauders are taking so much splash damage. One of these Ultralists has 5 freaking health remaining.
2 of them even. It's like,
yeah, really low on these Ultralists.
They're one shot from dying, and they
does snipe them off. But without that stim, without enough health, these medevacs can't even heal because they're all on the run at the moment. And when actually there's no air support, he's got to get more infestors on the field to start fungling those medevacs. Because without the medevacs going down, these, I mean, look at these Marauders, man.
Yeah, shouldn't HeRoMaRiNE start thinking about taking a 5th right now? He's building it though, but there's creep being dropped at the normal 5th location.
Well, the thing about a Terran player though is like they can play comfortably on 4 bases equal to a Zerg player having 6. It's all about production at that point and who's got better what. But production aside, both players max going to take another engage in the middle of the map. Zerglin's going to try and run by, but Hellbats are there to say no. Ultralists and Infestors here this time. Where are the Fungals? Big spread coming out of these Marauders. And the Ultras are taking so much damage from these Marauders, but the Banelings and the Fungals are just a little too much.
It's
but
not enough.
Yeah, TLO going to be retreating once again.
And look
somehow,
at all the Ultras, they're all so low.
And they're about to be shredded to bits. TLO with so much economy, so much bank, no longer in existence. And HeRoMaRiNE
has to pressure with this advantage he has. He has to take out a base.
I can't believe. I'll call the Terran Imba card right now, guys. HeRoMaRiNE is playing this astoundingly well, taking on Ultra Wave after Ultra Wave. These Hellbats are doing a great job.
Morphing over here though, but is it enough to take out this army HeRoMaRiNE has left?
Well, you guys gotta consider, like, one of the biggest things here is if HeRoMaRiNE had Marines instead of Hellbats, I think he would have lost this game. The Hellbats with their massive health pool are soaking so much damage from these Ultralists, it's allowing all these Marauders to live fight after fight. I mean, each of these Marauders has pretty much 8 Ultralist kill under their belts.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. And a drop going for this base as well.
Yeah, so TLO find himself in a really rough position.
I don't see him doing much about it.
He's been trying to hit.
And there we go.
GG! So about half of our chat gonna be found incorrect here today, as HeRoMaRiNE takes game 1, folks.